Hey everyone, so today we're going to dive into a really simple but super powerful trick to help your iPhone's battery last for the long haul. And the best part, you don't need to download any weird apps. We're just going to use a clever setting you can create in like 2 minutes. Let's get right into it.
Does this sound familiar? You get a new phone, and that battery life is just incredible. But a year later, you're lucky if you make it to dinner without needing a charger. It's a super common and frustrating problem. But what if I told you there's a way to slow that process way down?
The secret, it turns out, is all about keeping your battery in its sweet spot. See, it's not really about how often you charge, but how much you charge. Let's look at the two magic numbers that are the key to your battery's health.
Okay, so first up is 80%. This is the perfect point to stop charging your phone. Pushing it all the way to 100% every single time actually puts a ton of unnecessary strain and heat on the battery, and that's what speeds up its aging process.
And on the flip side, we've got 20%. This is when you should ideally start charging. Letting your phone die completely is just as stressful for the battery as overcharging it. So the whole goal here is to just live between these two numbers as much as you can.
So why does this 80-20 rule actually work? Well, it all comes down to something called chemical aging. Every single lithium-ion battery naturally wears down over time, but forcing it to those extremes, fully charged or totally dead, is kind of like stretching a rubber band to its absolute limit over and over again. It just accelerates that wear and tear. Our goal is to slow that whole process down.
Think of it like this. On one hand, you have that super stressful 0 to 100 cycle that just wears the battery out. And on the other, you've got this much gentler 20 to 80 range that keeps it healthier for longer. So the big question is, how do we make following this rule easy? Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to build our very own little battery assistant right inside your iPhone. This automation is going to do all the remembering for you so you don't have to keep checking your charge level.
And you know what the best part is? We're just using the Shortcuts app, which is already on your iPhone. It's powerful, it's free, and you're about to learn how to use it for something incredibly useful.
Okay, let's get to building. Every automation has two parts. First up is the trigger. This is basically the if this happens part of our command. We need to tell the phone when to spring into action. All right, first things first. Open up the Shortcuts app and go to the Automation tab at the bottom. Tap the plus sign in the corner to create a new one, then scroll down till you find and select Battery Level. From there, just slide that bar until it lands right on 80%. Simple as that.
Now these next two settings are really important. Make sure you select Rises above 80%. This tells the phone to only trigger while it's actively charging. And you absolutely want to select Run Immediately. This makes the whole process seamless so you don't get pop-ups asking for permission. Then just tap Next. Awesome, we've set our trigger. Now, for part 2, the action. This is the then do that part of our little recipe. We need to tell the phone exactly what we want it to do once that battery level hits 80%. So, on the next screen, tap New Blank Automation and then Add Action. A search bar will pop up, and you're just going to type Show Notification and select it from the list. We are so close. By default, the notification says something generic like, Hello World. Go ahead and tap on that text and change it to something clear and actionable. I think battery at 80%, unplug me, works perfectly. It's a direct command to your future self.
All right, now if you want to take this to the next level, and this is great if you charge your phone in another room, you can actually make Siri announce it out loud. This is a fantastic little pro tip.
To do this, you just add another action. Search for Speak Text. Place it right after your notification, and then type in whatever you want Siri to say. It can be the same message, or you could have some fun with it, like, "The battery is ready, Captain."
Okay, before we finish up, let's just do a quick final check. The summary at the top of your screen should read something like, when battery level rises above 80%, show notification. If you see that, you've set it up perfectly.
And the last step is the most satisfying one. Just tap Done in the top right corner, and that's it! Your personal battery assistant is now active and ready to go. So what you've just done is actually a lot more than just a battery trick. You've officially programmed your iPhone. You've basically unlocked a new superpower, and this is just the beginning. From now on, you're going to be actively preserving your battery's health, avoiding that damaging heat and stress, and most importantly, taking real control over your device's life cycle. It's a small change with a really big impact.
This leads to a fantastic question. Now that you know how to build a trigger and an action, what other parts of your daily routine could you automate? What could you streamline next? Well, here's a little hint to get you started. You can use this exact same logic, just in reverse, to have your iPhone automatically switch to low power mode the moment its battery drops to 20%. Think about that. The possibilities are pretty much endless. Happy automating.